iCarly, bro.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
5,
3, 2.
1.
I know you see somehow the world's meant to me and be so one.
That's how we should start it. Just
I'm
keep
down.
singing.
I don't know the exact words though.
Okay. Oh, I agree. Oh, you can see it? Is my phone unlocked? Okay, nice. He's picky about how he looks. I like it.
Sounds like Beto.
You're just like me for real.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I hate that. That happens to me all the time because I
I
have
get
kind
it.
of a large forehead. So when the light's too bright, it's like,
Yeah.
Large forehead.
Appreciate
lady.
it.
yeah.
That's no
Gotcha.
I think it was just because my height was
true.
right to the line too.
Maybe you should be holding it.
We're gonna start on
You reminded me of
wide
Nick
angle.
from Geekdom.
Lainey,
Got it. So I start looking that way?
Yep.
Got it.
Or do you want to start on main angle?
I think main angle, and then once I say, and we're here
Yo,
with, you know,
that's
type
amazing.
beat, then you,
okay.
oh, Kaiser!
Let's go.
Let's go.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hold on, it's going and
Hi, Lainey.
Okay, I see it. Let's give it a sec. Okay, I can read that perfectly, actually. That's what I was worried about.
You're live?
Yeah, I'm going to let a few people join before I start it.
Oh, I see.
Mhm, So
Dope,
comments will
dope.
be over there. Okay.
Carrie.
Hello, everybody. We are live. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. If not, welcome back. Every Wednesday, we do the Down Market Live, which is what you are a part of right now. Only this time, it's a little bit different, a little bit better, perhaps. We are live at JPM Creative Studios. We are the first guests here, and we are so thrilled to be here. I mean, clearly, look at this setup. For anybody that has seen our stuff before, it doesn't usually look like this. So we are so excited to see this, to be here. That is our unicorn, though. So we brought that. But I am here today with two of my favorite people in the whole entire world. Normally, my guest is somebody that I haven't had the privilege of meeting yet. But for this one, we wanted to do something a little bit more special. And I'm here with my fellow interns, Stacy and Farouk.
Hi, Lainey.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Thank you
my
for
gosh.
letting us be your guest this time.
I am so excited to have you guys here. So let me give you guys watching a little bit of background. We all met because we decided to do a summer program called Students and Startups. Students and Startups is a really awesome program. It connects students with startup companies. You can apply as a student, you can apply as a startup, and then they pretty much match you. They do a whole interview process. It's kind of like speed dating, but speed interviewing, and they match you with a company. And I'm so grateful to say that I got matched to the Down Market with my lovely friends here. So who wants to talk about the Down Market? What are we? What do we do?
The Down Market, Lainey, is a digital magazine, and it's a community of storytellers. And we are scattered across the U.S., and we are interested in showcasing the brand's cultures. Here specifically in San Antonio is where we focus. But yeah, I was brought on this summer, and that is
What's your
how
position?
I met you.
What do you do?
I am the marketing specialist at the Down Market.
Awesome. Farouk, what do you
Cool.
do?
I am the media specialist. It's actually crazy you mentioned the Student Plus Startups thing because you were the first person to interview me. And I didn't even know you were working for the Symbio Hush or the Down Market. So to see that we're now on like here after 2-3 months is actually kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, I'm the creative producer, and I actually got brought on a little bit before the program started, simply just because I applied really early. I applied really early, and I got involved super fast. So when they were doing speed interview nights, I was already brought on to the Down Market, and I interviewed both of you just to see what you thought of the program. So that was my first ever assignment, actually. Working for the Down Market. That was literally my first time going and doing anything, and
To interview us.
and to
That is
interview you
wild.
guys who I just spent my entire summer with. Like that's
crazy.
definitely a sign. And I remember when I interviewed you both, the question I asked everyone was, what startup do you want? What company do you want? And both of you said the Down Market. And so it's just so cool. Like,
I couldn't help it. Imagine, just for anybody that's watching, that startup, that interview speed night, you get you get matched with 6 companies and you have to interview with them. Well, I didn't get Symbio Hush. I did not get the down market. But but even though I asked for them, when I saw their booth, they had the most insane setup. Like, most like tables are just like flyers, maybe a shirt. No, they had a whole podcast setup just similar to this. And it caught my eye, and I was like, I'm gonna go interview with them like between a break or see if anybody didn't show up. And then that's what I did. And that is how I like infiltrated my way in.
Yeah, I also wanted to mention that they were only on my list one time, but I was like, there was a time where they weren't, they didn't have anybody. So I'm like, okay, I'm on break. Let me go ahead and see what they're talking about. And Brandon and Maddie were there. And so they looked like a bit tired, but after I after I had a conversation with them, it was like they looked like a lot more bright and kind of happy that a person like me could go up there and, spark a conversation with them.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's actually like a really good kind of like advice. I think out of all of those tables, I definitely did look around and see to like who looks like they like their job, who looks like they're looking for young talent, like who do I want to spend the summer with? And it matters much, even for like employers, how much attention. I know we're just students and interns, but the amount of work you put into recruitment really does tell us something, and it makes us think, okay, will this be worth my time? Will it not? So shout out Jay Sundown, Jael. He has been an incredible boss this whole summer. He hasn't just let us in a professional level, but he has absolutely touched even our personal lives. Like he has every day's life lessons with him. Every day we be having like moments. So
Yeah, for sure. You talked about when you looked around the room, you were trying to decide who liked their jobs, and now that you can say, oh, I've had a job, I had this job, tell me about it. What'd you like? What was your favorite parts about doing it?
For me, it's like, again, Jay just let me use my creativity. Like, I love the fact that I'm able to provide value and him actually see the value instead of just me filling out like a rubric of, hey, do this, and I do it, He lets my creative juices flow, and I'm very appreciative of that because I've never had a position or a job that does something like that. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm still the same person I was before I started, and I'm just having a lot more value to people who actually care about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. I think for me, oh my gosh, I mean, this summer's just been so interesting because I have tapped into different parts of my brain that I didn't even know were there because I've never been super creative. I never really liked it. I don't want to draw.
You mentioned you're okay with clocking in at 8, clocking out at 5.
Going home. And
Right.
It was like stepping into a world of like creativity so different than anything I've done before. And it was hard. I mean, Jay's like, hey, you're going to learn Premiere Pro. And I was like, oh my gosh, really? Like, what do I need that for? But like, it's kind of fun to edit little reels on Instagram, and then I'm like refreshing to see how many views it gets. Like, I never cared before. I didn't do that. I didn't like edit videos, and then if they're bad, I'm like, do I leave it there? Like, nobody looked at it. Do I take it down? Like, what do you do?
Realizing you're being perceived.
Yeah. It's weird. I feel like
Something.
it's weird because I am perceived more in this job than I ever have been, but I also haven't put as much effort into myself. I don't really I don't do my hair anymore. I don't do my makeup anymore. So like the way I'm being perceived is it's just me. But when I go other places, I'm like, oh, like I let me do my hair. Let me put on a better outfit. But I don't know. I just don't feel like I need to do that here. And that's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. But I kind of want to hear from your guys' perspective. What was your biggest adjustment? I mean, we went from, just regular schooling and possibly other internships to basically 9 to 5 every, 5, sometimes 6 days out of the week. What does that look like for you? How was adjusting to that? Because it was hard for me, but I'm curious to see what it was for you guys.
Yeah, so for me, it was a bit weird because I was doing similar things by myself, for myself. So working as a creator for yourself and then getting dropped into a team environment where you're putting out a lot more work, it was like, damn, like, it's kind of hard. Yeah. So I was like, it was a very good challenge for me to have, especially for a person that wants to put out more content consistently, and then also on more platforms as well. So being able to collaborate with other people's minds, saying what's good, what's that. You guys helping me with my series, State of Creation. You know, when I get in my own head about it, I can go to other people and bounce ideas off of them. You know what I mean? So it was pretty cool.
You know, my biggest adjustment was that I was already creating come with me style videos, but I was doing it in my own time. So if I wanted to take 2 weeks to make a reel, I'm going to take 2 weeks to make a reel. I'm going to make it as perfect as I want to make it. But then once I joined the team, then it's not like I can spend a month doing it. I have timelines, and it doesn't matter. You can always keep editing a video, and that's what I struggled with the most. Like, I could just elongate the process of making the video because it could always be better. And here I had to learn, if it's due, it's due. You're shooting it out, and that's okay, actually, because it allowed me to be less, like, self-conscious about my videos and just pushing out content, and that's allowed me to reach more people, which now can look back, and if I want to create my own content and add a little bit more effort to it, then they can all just watch it. And yeah, that was my biggest adjustment.
I think one thing that Jay also made sure to tell us is that, or kind of imply, is that you're never gonna make the perfect video. So I feel like just to get those reps in will be a lot better in the long run than focusing so much on one video that you don't think is the best or that you don't think is good enough. You know what I mean? Yep. So just progress over consistency rather than progress over perfection.
I think that's been a really hard lesson for me to learn, because I came from working at a place for 3.5 years that's a weekly thing, that is very strict, that is very like, hey, we doing this, and everything goes out on this day, and it is very strict. And so coming to a place that's like, oh, you didn't meet your deadline? It's okay. It's fine. We'll just post it tomorrow. I'm like, ugh. And so it's like, I remember telling Jay, actually, like, I just feel weird. I feel weird, like we missed a deadline. Like, that doesn't, like, why are we,
that's not
I don't
usually
know. Like,
okay,
yeah, like,
right?
why are we, like, not freaking out? Like, I would be freaking out, or I'm like, oh, dang it, we missed this. That just means we have to do it tomorrow, which means tomorrow's work is going to get, like, all messed up. And I just had to let go of, like, I guess trying to be so scheduled and being so strict, because it's a different world. It's like, in the world of creativity, it's not the same thing. It is not so strict, and that's hard for me to learn because I'm very, like, structured.
Yeah.
And still, like,
Yes,
even
you
now
are.
at the end of the summer, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is so hard. I just want to do everything perfectly, same day every week. Like, I want it to be very scheduled, and it's just not like that.
You just gotta learn how to adapt.
Oh,
I think
that
that's
too,
it.
that I had to adjust to. Like, as a creator, you go where events go. So you don't really get to pick sometimes. And you just kind of have to mold and be flexible. And it's been different. But I'll tell you what, that as, like, you, I really like this structured, like, I schedule my day by the minute. Like, that's how much, like, how productive I intend to be. And it has helped me, I guess, not calm myself down, but learn to, because life will never go perfect anyways. So I need to not freak out whenever stuff doesn't go my way. And so, yeah, I've become more.
Yeah, I think something I've learned is just having to pick your priorities, because you might have something scheduled, something else pops up. It's like, oh, what are you going to do now? Like, I have rescheduled this freaking yoga class that I had all week,
Yes,
every
you
day,
have.
because
We've
every
heard you
day
complain about it.
I had to do it. I scheduled it for tomorrow. Can't go tomorrow either. So I'm just not going to yoga this week, which is fine, because I'm excited to go to these other things. I'm excited to go to these work events that I have to do. But it's one of those moments where it's like, dang, things are different. You know, I have to find other outlets. I have to find another way to work out. I have to find another way to move my body, because you and I have talked about this a lot, Stacey, where we've struggled with being active, because now we're sitting at the same spot, 9 to 5.
Shout out our stand-up desks.
Sorry,
Carrying
Farouk.
the cellulite.
Farouk does not have a stand-up desk.
No
I
shade.
have a stand-up desk.
Oh, wait. Justice actually donating a stand-up desk to Farouk.
Yeah.
Hopefully. We'll see.
But Stacey and I have stand-up desks, and we are very bad about not using them. It's just like, I get
we're
to
getting
the-
better.
I
We're
use,
trying.
I
We're
use a stand-up desk,
I will tell you
guys.
that at home, that I live by that.
Really?
Oh my God, yeah.
I don't have one at home. But
They don't use their stand-up desk, guys.
okay, that's what I just said. I just took accountability for that. But we're trying. We made a pact. We made a pact that besides
We're
the
skinny
like,
queens.
yeah. We're gonna be skinny again. Besides the 9 to 5, like sitting at your desk, like we have been trying to play tennis. We've been going to the gym. We've been standing at our desk more. But that's
ping
hard.
pong breaks at Geekdom. Shout out Geekdom.
I will say that probably the best way to do it is, or not to do it, but the most efficient way that I personally found.
I was saying, are you active? Like,
I'd say I'm pretty active, but I will say the best time to go to the gym would be either like early in the morning before work. That's not ideal.
Yes,
but
it is
also
ideal.
right after
Amazing.
work before
And
you get
right
home. Because
after.
if you get home and you see your bed, it's
yes,
game over, bro.
that is my
It's not-
problem right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a morning person. I want to be, but I'm not gonna get up before work to go to the gym.
We all have such different personalities.
I just
it's
won't.
perfect.
I literally, if I am like, yeah, I'm gonna get up early to go to the gym, I'm not going. I'm just not going. So I try to plan like, okay, the second I get home, I'm going, because I have a gym in my apartment. I'm just being lazy. But it's like the second I get home, if I don't just
Couldn't
go,
be any closer.
Right.
like could not be any.
Like whether that be
could
like
not
pack
any
your clothes
closer.
into your car, or change.
That's
at
what
work.
I did. Well, because I thought I was going to yoga today, but I'm not going. But so I have workout clothes in my car. So I was like, before I leave work, I should just change into them. So I don't even go home yet. I just stop by the gym that is right by my house and just work out a little bit and then go home.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Whatever
it's all
works.
about like,
Finding what works for
adjusting,
you. There's
yeah.
not really any one set way to do things. You just gotta figure out what fits into your own schedule and then go by that.
yeah.
So
Okay. I
Adulting
want to
life.
talk about adulting. I want to talk about like skills. I kind of touched on it here a second ago, but I feel like this job, you learn a lot of different skills. You learn a lot of different things that you didn't know before or you didn't care to know before. What are some things that you feel like you've learned how to do that you either didn't want to learn, you didn't know that you needed to learn? I don't know. Tell me about a skill.
okay.
I have a couple.
Wanna
So
go?
Right at the top of my head, I'm just thinking of storytelling, because when I was making videos before the down market, I was doing it, but I didn't realize what I was doing until I got a little bit more of a structured like instructions and stuff. But then I realized, oh shoot, when I'm making videos, I'm always talking present tense to make the viewer feel like they are walking right behind me. This and that. I'm learning how to be more descriptive in my scripts and stuff like that. So I guess I'm learning how how to be more well spoken, more articulate through content creation, which is super, super cool.
Yeah.
Because my first language is actually Spanish. So not only do I have an accent, but like I'll stumble upon words and stuff. But creating has absolutely just made me be more well spoken.
yeah. What about you, Fruit?
I'd say there's a lot of skills that I've worked on before working here, but I've improved on a lot of them. One, just being in front of the camera like I am now. Like, whenever I'd stream, because I used to stream, or on a break right now, but it would take me forever to start, like maybe like 30 minutes to an hour just to start speaking to the camera and getting mentally prepared to be in front of an audience. And that was me by myself in the comfort of my own room. And now, like, there's multiple people here. And I feel like not 100% comfortable, but like more than I would have been had I not taken this position. You know what I mean? And then also with photography, I never really used to take pictures. I would film, or just even vlogging in public. I never used to do that. I always get on myself for not doing it. But now that I'm more comfortable in front of a camera, it's still hard, but have more of a determination to actually do it and place myself in those uncomfortable situations just so I can grow a little bit more.
Yeah, it's cool to hear you talk about that. I think a skill that I learned that I didn't know how to do before was using Lightroom and just things like that, or photography. We have another coworker of ours, Jaden, who when I joined, like I said, it was a little bit before them. So it was like just me and him. So he had to teach me how to take photos. We'd go on photo walks and he would be like, "That's a shot." And I'm like, "Why? Why is that the shot? It's of a wall. What is that? Why do you want me to take that?" And then he'd be like, "Well, you see, it's symmetrical and the light's hitting it right here." And I was like, "I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm going to take the picture." And then I would take it, but then he would take the same picture and I was like, "Wait,
Like, you see the
we took the
difference.
same picture of the same thing, but yours looks way better. So then I'd be like, what am I doing
That's
wrong?
so funny to say.
It was just so, it was cool. Like it was, because we did it a couple times. We would just go, we went to the Pearl, we went downtown, we did it at Geekdom, and he would just like, it was interesting to just shadow him and see him be like walking around and be like, oh, there. And I was like, why? Why? What did you see? Like, what did you see in this lamp that I didn't see in this lamp?
Like
But-
Farouk and I took
cool.
like the same identical master camera class with Mike G Creative. The same
Yes.
class, right? Same class. Not only like, and his pictures looked amazing, not mine. And I remember like, this is just calling to the importance of having a team. That at first I was like hating myself for not being good like Farouk. Like there was a lot of information that was told to Farouk for the very first time, and he understood and he caught on. And
Wow.
but it's funny how like you can go. What they said? Like you can go first,
you
like
can
slow.
go. Oh no, what did
You
they
can
say?
go.
They said you can go fast
far
alone, but you can go far together.
Exactly.
yeah.
You can go fast
I think-
alone, but you can go far together. And that is exactly how I feel with our team. We
Yeah.
are so different. Oh my freaking God. We are so different. It's not even funny.
Yeah, well, something I don't even think you guys have heard the story of, but after the speed interview nights, when we all sat down, you were still there, and we all sat down and we're like, okay, who do we want? What now?
Yeah.
I mean, we immediately knew that it was you two. And then we just figured out, well, why? What could they bring? How are we going to build a team?
Yeah, why
I guess
did you
figured
choose
out,
us?
how are we going to figure out where they fit? And we just we looked at your LinkedIn's and we cyber stalked you a little bit, and we just had to decide okay, this is how
For
they
reference,
fit.
I think it was 200 kids that applied to that Students Plus Startups from all across the nation.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that applied, but we knew immediately. Maddie, she's commented, but
Hi, Maddie.
she was there, and she was one of them. She was like, "Yeah, I really liked Stacy and Farouk was so adorable. Like, oh my gosh, I loved them." And then, we got to hear from Maddie and Brandon what they thought about the interview part, and then Jane and I both spoke with you guys for the little video that we made, and we got to give our opinions, and it was just so cool. That was we were building the team.
Yes, we were. And we
And
didn't realize it.
Who knew? Freaking months later, I feel like
Yeah.
we have really reshaped the way that our social media is looking. We were talking about it yesterday, and our followers, I mean, they're engaging, they're excited again, and we see people come up to us and they're like, oh my gosh, you guys are doing so good. And I just feel like it's because of the teamwork.
Yeah.
Like you said, we're going farther, not faster. So
Yeah. Because for anyone that's watching, the down market has existed for years, but after COVID happened, it sort of dissolved, and we are finally bringing it back up. And we can tell, you know what I was thinking? That if we had not met through this job, because we're all UTSA students, but I've
Right.
never seen these kids before in my life before this job. I don't know if we would have been friends if I had just seen
No.
y'all at
There's
UTSA,
a lot of people
right?
at UTSA, yeah, for sure.
yeah, well, because we're very
No,
different.
but even
even
our
if we knew each
personalities,
other, even if we met somewhere, ran into
You
each
know?
other. But yeah, you're right. I think we're very different.
and here we are.
And we're also very different. We don't have that much in common. You
Yeah,
know,
no.
Yeah, I would
outside
have
of
never
this,
yeah,
I don't know. It's just cool.
because you're a writer, correct? For the
Yeah.
and then I'm an editor, videographer, and then how would
You're
you
like, who the
describe-
hell is Stacy?
No, I did not.
And then there's Stacy, I
I don't know how
guess.
you're gonna describe yourself. How would I? Would you just? What would you?
Girl boss.
What would you say? Well, that too. But what would you say to, describe your profession and stuff?
Well, I do property management, but I'm a creator.
Yeah.
Creative? Gotcha.
Yes.
Cool.
Storyteller. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because I wouldn't have used any of those words
Really?
to describe myself, not Stacy. But
Mm-hmm.
so it's weird because, okay, actually, I have a game.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, you started off, but I want
Why
you
do you-
to
Okay.
describe Stacy in one word, describe me in one word, and then we'll do it for each. Because I'm curious, because I think each person would have a different word.
Sure.
Okay. Dedicated and strong.
Assertive.
Oh, that's a
Or
better
dominant. I don't know.
one. Dominant is crazy, but assertive is cool. Assertive is cool.
Farouk. Fun. Just fun.
I was thinking easygoing for Farouk. Yeah.
Mellow.
Yeah.
Vinland Saga. Watch Vinland Saga, guys.
For
Nobody knows what that is.
Stacy, I was thinking independent.
I like that.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
But I feel like they're all so different. But then you put them together, and it's like, wait, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a puzzle.
I
like,
wonder what we would get
they
if
don't
we
make
took one of
sense.
those like surveys where like to see how much we match and stuff. You
Oh
know,
my
like those Tony Robinson kind of.
Yeah, like a BuzzFeed quiz.
Yes, a BuzzFeed quiz.
Those are the best. But
take
we
more
talked
risks.
about skills that we learned, but what are skills that you came in with that you already had that have helped you along, that have helped you in this job?
I have one. A skill that I've polished is just like my social skills, which is everything, especially when you are helping other brands market themselves.
Yeah.
What's really important is making them feel comfortable. For example, when you go into a shoot, the last thing you want is for the video to come out weaker just because they're nervous. One of my favorite things to do, or one of the most gratifying parts of my job, is being able to get to meet the people one-on-one so that they can feel comfy, and then they could feel free to show off their personality on camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Should I think I answered this one the first time you asked it. So like I said, a skill that I already have. So
Oh,
do
you
I-
did say a skill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so-
okay, I've actually got one for me.
Wait, I can still go.
Oh, you've got one.
No, well, I do have one, but I want to
Let him
answer the
talk.
fact
Go.
that my bad. You can go. It's your show.
No,
Oh
we're
my
telling you
gosh.
to
No, I'm
talk.
joking.
Farouk.
Okay, sorry. All right.
Farouk
so
in a
I'm gonna
nutshell.
put a skill that I didn't have before,
Okay.
and that was literally just talking to people. So like as a creator, it's easy to get in your own world, especially as like a student, and you're trying to make something shake with creativity and content. It's easy to not like talk to people, get locked in your
Yeah, like,
room, and
isolated.
you're just filming, editing, going to sleep, waking up, going to school, come back and do the same exact thing. And so me, especially with you two as well, like and Jaden too. I feel like me and Jaden are really similar in the fact that like we're pretty easygoing, but we still like conversate and like bounce ideas off of each other and like tell us about our day. Just simple conversation can go a long way, and I think that it's like an exponential graph for me. Like I was here, and then I increased so much within this short span of time. So.
And now we can't get him to shut up.
Wow.
Yeah. Ooh.
You see how they bully me, guys. So yeah,
Yeah. I think.
I'm
Yes,
a
we do.
victim of bullying, but it's fine.
And I'll do it again.
Brandon, you can second this, right? You can second my word.
No, I am Team Brandon always.
Team Brandon.
So
Brandon
yeah.
knows best.
No, Brandon's on
Brandon
my team.
knows.
Brandon's on my team, guys.
Shout out to Brandon.
Yeah, he's our
He
tech
is,
So
director.
inspirational,
Yeah.
Brandon.
He,
You know what?
He
Because
carries.
we
He literally
go-
carries all the equipment alone.
Like
every
he
time.
like literally carries
He's just there
everything.
looking pretty. No,
He
I'm
comes
just
to every shoot with us,
Yeah.
and it's always so fun. It's always so fun. He
It's
like
never the same when he's not there.
it's never the same when he's not there.
Like
Right.
literally.
Because then we have to carry everything.
No,
but-
no, no. I mean, yes, but also because I get super anxious because
I
that's
do
not my
too.
forte. Yeah. Am I strong?
I'm like, I remember we did. You were there, but you weren't there. We did the Creative Futures brunch, and Brandon got stuck in traffic.
Oh yeah.
And when I
And
tell
the
you,
world was falling apart.
I like
That was,
like unironically, the like not going well because
Not
we're
going-
all like, where is Brandon?
that was all on you. I mean, not your fault, but
That
it
had
was
nothing
like,
to do with me.
No, I know, not your fault, but like it was all the pressure on you because.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Like it was literally my first event there.
yeah.
So I was like, I kind of felt so bad because like there was a decent amount of people there, but
There were
I mean,
a
we
lot
made
of
it
people
work.
there.
though.
There were a lot of people there, and I was like
Where was
the host of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I was nervous because Brandon wasn't there yet, so I didn't know what to do technically. Like I felt like I was missing like an arm. I was like, oh my god, where's Brandon? And that just goes to show again, like how important having a good team is. Like when somebody's missing, like it feels like somebody's missing, and.
Right.
but
That's a
also
good
how important it is for us to know each other's skills a little bit, at least so
Yeah.
we could survive until Brandon gets here.
Yeah, no, we learned we figured that out real fast after that.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Honestly, that like turned out really well. Like we all adjusted, or not we all. I didn't do anything, but you and Brandon, like and Jay, like adjusted pretty well in it.
I was in the beach
Was
while
it
y'all were
decent?
doing that.
Yeah, I know. Stacey wasn't there. She left us to fend for ourselves. But
I wonder when the next creative brunch is.
I don't know. Guess we got to figure it out, huh?
Yeah. It'll go a lot more smoother this time too. So
Yeah, we totally got this.
Yeah.
This time, we don't have to only rely on Brendan's expertise. We'll have our own expertise because we just spent a whole summer learning a whole new set of skills.
And we're continuing.
Yeah, actually. I wanted to talk about what's next. So we just finished the Students and Startups program. We actually finished on Friday. That means summer's coming to an end. Fall is rolling around. And you'll be seeing us again. How do we feel about this?
I want
Talk
to
about
do
it,
Zan,
everybody.
Yeah, for sure. So my fall schedule is like pretty busy, especially because it's gonna be my last semester and I'm gonna be graduating. But I will be continuing with the down market in the fall too. And I just want to keep the flow going. You know, I feel like I really fit here and provide a lot of value to the team. And so I just want to see and challenge myself to what more I could do. And yeah, just keep doing what I'm doing.
That's awesome. What about you, Stacey? How do you feel?
I
We're going to
will
be continuing.
Continuing with the team. Probably 10 hours a week. I'm taking 3 classes. So just got to figure out, how to schedule that in. But I'm excited because now I'm much more confident now, I guess.
Yeah.
Or we all are.
Yeah, I'm excited for the fall. I think it's going to be so fun. I'm nervous. I'm
About?
really nervous.
What are you
Well,
nervous
I just feel like I sometimes just do put too much on.
Ooh,
And
girl.
I can-
She's actually working for Beto Altamirano, who's running for mayor.
Yes.
Are we going to talk about it?
I thought about it because you know what?
How
Something
cool.
that the down market gave me is networking opportunities everywhere. And so I met Beto at a fireside chat that we at the down market hosted. He was chatting with, who was he chatting with? Were you there? Yeah, Judge Nelson Wolf. Yeah, and it was so exciting. And I remember when I met Beto, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, these people are all so awesome. Like, I'm meeting so many new people. And then I got a job offer out of it. And I'm loving it, by the way. It's just so
true.
cool.
Yeah, I feel like I know people now that I have like no business knowing.
Like, why do I know these people?
If you want to see what it looks like to work for us, it means like every hour we have to meet someone new. Somebody walks into the office and Jay's like, Jay, like Stacy, Farouk, Lainey, y'all have to meet this person.
You have to meet this person.
This is my dear friend from
Every time you meet someone, you have
see
to.
the
You
crazy
better be
stories,
turned
too.
on because you never know who these people are. You better be ready to meet them. You better be ready to chat and show them who you are because you could get a job out of it. You could get a future out of it. You can get so
they all
many
have
things.
just insane stories.
Yeah,
I think my favorite
it's
was either
so cool.
meeting Mitch Hagney or our mentor session with Chastity.
I loved Mitch Hagney. Mitch
yeah.
Hagney created Local Sprouts, and he also works at the food bank. He's a farmer there, and we did a mentor session with him, and he just had so much good stuff to say. I felt like he gave us the best advice personally, professionally, and he was just so friendly. And I'm always scared to do things like that because, he's in the middle of his workday. Does he really want to be talking to us?
Yeah.
And he didn't make us feel like that at all. We walked in and Mitch was immediately like, hey guys, like,
He gave
Oh
us
my
a tour
gosh.
of the entire SA Food Bank facilities.
It was
and it's
huge.
huge.
yeah.
I was tired by
He
the
let
end.
us
I
grab
was a lot of
vegetables
steps,
from
bro.
his farming, just grab them and eat them right there. He was so kind. No, yeah. And then the
Yeah.
people that Jay introduces us to, like, they're good people.
Yeah.
They care. They actually want to, like, they're not just talking to talk and, like, small talk. They are wanting to know how they can help us.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Yeah, we've met some really cool people, and I think that's the biggest thing that the down market gives us is just networking and experiences to meet people. I feel like people and knowing people and meeting people, that is so invaluable. You can't,
It's the key.
it's the key to everything.
Yeah.
It is literally everything. You can get so much value out of it,
Yeah, also I think the best lesson I learned from Mitch is that it's never too late to change your career. I remember he was like on the debate team, right? He was like on some
Yeah,
debate team.
maybe I don't
He
want
was like
to.
some
St. Mary's, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, you just,
college debate.
Yeah, I was just like, whoa, that's
And
a
now he's
whole
a farmer.
different, yeah, it's a whole different career path. So, I took from that, like, obviously be determined in your passion and go for what you want to go for. But also, if you figure out if things change, then that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You can always adapt to your situations and, be malleable. And I think that was a very important lesson for me to learn too.
He told me something, and I can only remember half of it right now. But I tell people the quote almost every day, and it's really embarrassing that I only remember half of it right now. But he basically said, you're either somebody that wants to change the world, or I can't remember the last half, or you're not, or you don't, essentially, or you don't want to change the world. And
Right.
figuring that out is important. He was like, it doesn't matter if you don't want to change the world. You just got to know that, He was like, you don't have to change the world, because I think I remember he talked a little bit about, like, in the political climate that we're in with all the protesting and all the stuff, like advocacy, and then the world of creativity. It's like, if you don't want to go out there and try and change the world, you don't have to.
Yeah.
And like, that was cool. I don't know. I just feel like he had the best things to say. So if you don't know who he is, look him up. His name is Mitch Hagney. See if you can ever speak with him. He was just literally the best. Literally the best.
Yeah.
I'm feeling so good about this summer. I am so grateful for this summer and for the Students and Startups program. Luis Martinez, he founded it, and he's also just an amazing person.
Can I say another thing?
Yes.
Sorry,
Farouk.
I forgot to mention about Chastity's talk. She used to be like a very professional. She was a professional athlete, and she played professional football. And I kind of related to her because I used to play sports in high school, and then when you have play sports for a long time, and then you have that certain cutoff if you don't play college, kind of struggle with like identity and stuff, and you don't really know what's your like where you really fit in. And so, like, she was kind of talking to me about how, like, the whole process can be a little difficult, but it can be also necessary to figure out where your next path in life was. And I just feel like you got to embrace that uncomfortability as well, because it's uncomfortable, but it'll lead you to a better path and more knowledge about what you really, really want to do when you sit down with yourself and think about it. So
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like Stacey got a lot out of Chastity's conversation too, because I don't know if you remember, but at the time you were having an identity crisis a little bit. You were like,
yeah.
I don't know what I want to do. What about my career? What about my Instagram? Like, I don't know. You were like,
what's awesome
you were
about
feeling like,
Chastity
Yeah.
is just that home. It was like big sister, little sister, where I got
Yeah.
to just sit down and tell her, like, what if I'm passionate about a million things, and like, how do I narrow it down? Do I have to narrow it down? And she was also telling us about just the different, because life comes in seasons, and she's telling us how different this period over time, like from this, we're living in this current period right now, and it's really easy. Like, if something goes wrong, I'm like, oh my God, the world is ending. It literally feels like that. So I guess she helped me realize that you're 22, Stacey. Like, be adventurous, take risks, and if something goes wrong, then we have next season,
that was beautiful. Thank you, Chastity, for giving
Thank
us
you,
those
Chastity.
words.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Chastity.
Mitch.
Thank you, Chastity.
Like I said, we met some of the coolest people.
Yeah.
And the best part about continuing is that doesn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
We get to keep meeting cool people. We get to keep doing cool things. San Antonio Startup Week. If you don't know about it, look it up.
yeah.
Poetry on the Patio. More Sweat Saturdays. We get to do
I was
more
going to
cool
say,
events.
what's awesome about all the events that we organize is that you have access to all these people too, because all these people support our events, and they are the ones organizing these events. So you don't have to work with us to be able to reach them. And that is why it's so important for you to be a part of the community, because we are here, they are here. There's so many people that want to help other people. And you gotta get that through your head. You gotta ask for help when you need to, because the answer to life's questions are in people.
Yeah, that was great. Well, everybody, we're going to be going on a 4-week break soon, which we're going to miss everybody. We're going to miss you. We're going to miss each other. But it's going to be good for us. We're going to get settled into
gonna come back stronger than
school. We're going to come back so much stronger. And Farouk and I are actually graduating in December. So we're prepping for our last semesters.
Yep. I'm pretty excited. College has had like a lot of opportunities. Obviously, I went through COVID in college. I said that's kind of boomer me, or not boomer, but like I'm on the older side of the, I'm on the older side of like the student life. So it's been a long journey, but I wasn't really traded for anything. Because if I graduated on time too, I would never got this opportunity and meet you guys. So
Yeah, everything happens for a reason, and I firmly stand by that. It's hard. The things that we go through are hard, but that's the whole point. I don't know if any of you have seen Deadpool and Wolverine, but I'm not going to spoil anything.
Yeah,
but there is a quote that is like, the things that you went through made you the man that you are. And why do we reverse that? We don't need to. So
cool.
Think about that as we close out. But I am so glad that I got to sit down with my two favorite people in the world. Like I said, I
Love you, lady.
I can't believe it. I just can't believe that we're here.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that we made it through the summer. We survived, and we're coming back for more willingly.
Willingly. Yeah.
Willingly.
Can't believe it. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
So if you're not sick of us yet, then make sure you keep following us and you keep tuning in and you pay attention to what we're doing, because it could help you along the line too. Anything else you guys want to say?
Are you guys going to the next Sweat San Antonio? I better see y'all there.
Yeah.
Of course I'm gonna be there.
I will be there.
Okay, bet.
I hope you're there too, though. Hope everybody's there, actually.
JP.
Everybody in the room,
We'll see
get
you
your sweat on.
September 14th, 8 a.m. Come work out with us.
That last one killed me, bro. I gotta get my stamina up.
Oh, true. You have like 3 weeks to prepare?
Yeah.
It's not very far away. Wow, it's almost September.
Cool.
Well, before we talk until it's September, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. We have loved being in this space, JPM Creative Studios.
Shout out JPM Creative Studios. We are, I feel like I'm in a TV show.
I know, I thought I could just keep going.
I feel like I could talk forever too.
Oh my
But
goodness.
we
Thank you,
are
Justin.
Thank you, Justin.
thankful
Appreciate
for
you.
Justin and his team. We are thankful for our own team. And
We're kind of
the
like set in
team-
history because we're the first people besides Justin to film it.
Wow. We're making history right now.
Like-
Well, if you guys need anything from us ever, you can reach us at The Down Market on Instagram. Just DM us. We all have the account, so we can respond to any of you. So many great people are joining, but we are ending it. I'm so sorry. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and we will be seeing you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Awesome. You guys are great.
Sheesh.
That was so
Lady, you guys
fun.
weren't gonna answer. I guess it's too late.
Nobody really asked me.